So I'm ready. I don't know about you, but I am ready. I like your shirt. Is that a new shirt?
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas Zorro.
Christmas Zorro.
I also got a Christmas Zorro. I got the One Piece Romance Dawn #1 card in production.
Nice.
It is also Zorro. It's pretty dope. Actually, Mia forgot to give it to me.
Oh.
It was kind of funny. I didn't realize it because I was more focused on taking care of kids and stuff and everybody else. And then my older brother Jordan, who was on the podcast last time, he came over and I was talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, I got this, and Mia got me that," and I was like, "Wait, Mia got me this Zorro card. Where is that?" So that was one that I knew about before Christmas. So I was like, I never saw it. Yeah, she's like, "Sorry, I sold it for money." Just kidding.
Do you see what else I got for Christmas?
Was it for? Oh, do you got all those seated characters?
Mm-hmm. All these.
All the Jujutsu Kaisen characters. That's pretty dope. I'm jealous.
I like them, and I've been telling Sarah for like a while now. I like the perched figures.
Mm-hmm.
They're never like super great quality because they're that like the $20 figures.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that they can sit there and then you have more figures behind them,
gives you a little bit more real estate to work with.
Yeah. So. And just like the eyes actually don't look super bad. Like if you get Itadori, like it's actually not terrible.
Yeah, it's okay.
You want to know what else I got for Christmas?
Yes.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay. Prepare yourselves.
I got this.
Oh.
Knife.
Oh. Is it a knife? Oh, that's so tiny. I think you could technically clean your nails with that and and
Sarah,
bring it on a plane.
Look how tiny. Sarah got it for me and said I had to open all the presents that she bought me using it. So I had to like, Daddy, can you open this for me? It's like, yep.
I sure can. Well, I mean, that's a little bit shorter than my Leatherman knife. So
I just wanted to be better than you in something.
Yeah.
Better at having smaller knives.
Oh yeah? This smaller. I have smaller things. Cool.
Man, let's dive into.
No, I didn't tell you what I got.
I don't want to know what you got.
So it's relevant because we talked about it in a previous podcast. So
okay.
Mia actually listened to the podcast that we talked about holiday gifts. And she got me the Asuna figure.
Oh, really? That one's sick.
Yeah. I was like, wow, you really do care.
You do care. That's cool.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Yeah, other things, of course, but I agree. We should dive into it. Those were kind of like the more anime related things. I got the Zoro card and the Asuna. So
as two adults in their 30s, and the fact
with no shame,
the fact that our Christmas consisted of similar things to what I got when I was like 7, I I feel no shame.
Yep. So, did you have a topic that you were wanted to
I did
bring
want to
up?
put a plug in
Okay.
for something.
Plug away.
Um, for Christmas, we went to the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw The Boy and the Heron.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How
Yes,
was
I
it?
don't know. Have you seen that one yet?
No.
It's the Ghibli film,
Yep.
and I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought the art was amazing as always. The characters were fun. It was enjoyable. I had a great time. The kids had a great time. We had a lot of fun. Now, I will say this: go watch it, have a blast. But I have no idea what that movie was about. No idea.
You're
I
just
watched the whole thing.
so enamored by the beauty of it all that it distracted you from the plot.
That's possible. I also don't know because I'm like, what? But it was wonderful. This is not a hit on Miyazaki at all. It was a great movie as far as just being there and then taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, I think at this point, every Miyazaki film. That's not like an accomplishment. There's not a ton, but they're always really good. And I do want to watch it in English now
Mm-hmm.
because the English cast is really interesting. So that's the next thing is I'm gonna find it and watch it in English, and just to hear all the cool voices in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, to be fair, I do know that, like the other Miyazaki movies, you do know what the plot is, and I think I kind of watched Arrietty that way. I was not really super paying attention to the plot because I was like, well, this is The Borrowers, so I know the plot, but I just kind of enjoyed everything else that was just happening
the
without
atmosphere and yeah,
without reading too much into it. So yeah.
yeah. So go watch it. I don't know if it's in theaters where you live, but it was in theaters where I live, and it was the last day on Christmas Eve, so we swung
Mm-hmm.
by early in the morning and watched it, and it's good.
Cool. Um, did I watch any movies? Oh, we did watch a movie. Surprisingly, I didn't ever watch this. Aragon.
Oh, the dragon one,
Yes.
the one they made from the book.
Yes. So the reason we watched that is because we hate ourselves.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
uh, and I say that because we started by watching the new Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the new
Mm-hmm.
Disney show. And it's funny because I've been talking to people about it prior to watching, and they were all up in arms about the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief movie. They're like, that was hot garbage. They didn't stay true to the books at all. Blah blah blah. That's not why I watched it. I mean, I have a celebrity crush on Alexandria Daddario, so I don't even know what happens. I'm just kidding. Not really. No, I was talking to people and they were just trashing the old movie, and they were excited for this one. I would like to hear your take on it if you get a chance to take a watch, but so bad. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if people are gonna like that. Like if they like it, then I feel like you don't know what a good show is, because I'm sorry, those kids just looked like they were reading scripts the whole time. It was so monotone. There's a scene at the beginning where a minotaur is chasing them,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids like, so that the minotaur, And then his mom dies. Spoiler. She doesn't really die. But he thinks she's dead for all intents and purposes. And he's just like, don't talk to me. Like that's what you have to say about after your mom dies. You're just I just don't feel like talking to people right now. It was so bad. So
well, maybe we'll watch it. I've never seen any of the Percy Jackson movies or seen the shows.
Yeah. I think the first movie was okay. The books are great. I love the books. But we watched Aragon afterwards because it reminded my wife her favorite like book series is the Aragon series. It's either her favorite or one of her favorites because they just came out with this new book called Murtaugh after like years and years. But they did a movie adaptation, and the writer of that book still complains about it because it was so bad. Like nothing in the movie was like the people who wrote that did not read the book. Like sometimes you say they didn't read the books, but like literally every scene means like that didn't happen, that didn't happen, those don't exist. Like I was like, oh my gosh.
I did watch that one and was disappointed.
Yeah.
So oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we just kind of like watched movies that we wanted to complain about, but so yeah. So I wanted to talk about who our most hated anime characters are. And I hope that I didn't pick the same one as you, because I did give you a kind of a heads up on finding your most hated character. I put Show Tucker.
Okay, he's on the list. He's on the list.
He's on the list. Okay.
But he's not my least favorite.
Okay.
But he's on my list.
Okay, so I mean, hopefully, most of the people that are watching this or listening have seen Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, or Full Metal Alchemist. So Show Tucker is the person who contributed to like the most the saddest like darkest piece of anime that's ever existed, in my opinion. It was just so sad the way they set it up and they executed it. But essentially he is the dad. He's a state alchemist, and he's just like obsessed with getting recertified, right, as a state alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
And all initially is 2 years ago his wife died, and it's just him, his daughter, who's like 6 or something.
I think his wife ran away and left them.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so it's just him, his daughter's super young, like around 6 years old, and their dog. And so the main characters are playing. They like make friends with the dog and Nina. I think is her name, Nina. There's Alphonse, and Edward, Elric. So they're the main characters. They make friends with the dog and the daughter, and they're playing, and it's super lighthearted, and they're having a great time. And then it leads up to him getting the reason that they're there is they're doing research, and this guy is like, he obviously has like a lot of knowledge because he's been doing research on like chimeras for a long time. And he has to pull off something really impressive to get recertified for to be a state
The
alchemist. Yeah. And the next day they come back, Alphonse and Edward, and they step into the room and there's a chimera. He's like, I did it. I have a chimera that can communicate. Like, you can talk and it'll respond, and they're talking, and the chimera responds with like, brother Edward, right? And that's when he realizes who it is, and Edward gets super pissed because he realizes what happened. And he's like, how long ago? I remember he either said, how long ago did your wife leave, or did she die? I guess it's one of those.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I shouldn't have corrected you because I feel like I knew, but maybe I didn't know. We'll see.
I did look it up prior to this, and at least in the dubbed version, which is, very unlike me to watch the dubbed version, but they were saying that she died anyway.
Oh, okay.
He says 2 years ago, and so he just like puts two and two together. He was doing experiments on his wife, and she died due to the experiments, and he had turned his daughter / their dog into a chimera. And it was just so sad because they come back into the scene where Alexander comes in, and he kills the dad, and the daughter's just like, or Nina's like, daddy hurt, daddy hurt. It's just so sad. I also watched a YouTube short where they just, it was a game show, and obviously it had been very like easy, playful type of questions up until that point, and then they played like the audio of that part where she's just like, it's just like there's rain in the background, and the sad voice of daddy hurt, and the girl who's on the game show was like, what the F is this? She's like, this is, whatever it is, it's messed up. and he said, the host says what it is, and one of the guys were like, oh yeah, oh man, oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that show hurt my heart in so many ways, and that was one of the biggest hits ever.
Yep.
Oh man, go watch it. It's a great show.
Yeah, I mean, despite it being that sad, like, obviously it hits you with a lot of emotions, but that's part of the reason it's so widely revered as one of the best shows out there.
Yeah.
So I sent you that little clip of where the guy had to rank like his top 5 out of the shows the guy was giving him. And he totally trolled him because he'd already done like his top 4, and then the last one he said was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He's like, no, that's not last.
Yeah. Oh man,
it was great.
That was kind of heartbreaking.
Yep.
But
what you got?
Listen, I agree with you. Like, Show Tucker's terrible, and my people are not as bad as him, but they're annoying, and I wish they weren't there. So I wanted to do Mineta because I freaking hate Mineta. Every scene he's in is terribly annoying.
Mineta, who's that?
Mineta from My Hero Academia.
Oh, that annoying purple dude. That
Yeah.
has the most useless power ever.
Well, his power is
Sticky
outrageous,
balls.
like to an extent. Like it's really good. I
Yeah.
just hate his existence. Every time he comes on the screen, I'm like, why do I watch this show? I'm annoyed. And people are probably like, oh, but he gets better. No, he doesn't get better. But he's not my pick. I decided to go for one that maybe not a lot of people know, and that's Saryu Ubiquitous. She's from Akame ga Kill.
Mm-hmm.
She has the imperial arms of that dog. It's like this little pet dog she has,
Okay.
and she is a psychopath, straight up psychopath. And so I don't know.
Oh.
Have you seen
Yep.
Akame ga Kill?
Yep.
Like, it's kind of heartbreaking because, so I'll give you a brief background on it. So you have the bad guys, right? Night Raid,
Mm-hmm.
and they are assassinating corrupt politicians. And then you have the military, which is actually kind of similar to the military in One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
where you have some people who actually are like believe in justice and want to help the world, and then you have a lot of people like leadership who are just like, no, like we need to kill whoever we can to keep peace, and even if it means innocent people die, just like really evil justice. And Saryu is justice, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, she wants to help people. She's like the kindest person ever, and um, in the beginning, the main character kills her mentor because he like you know takes he like kills people, extorts them, takes their wives, does bad things and everything, so they assassinate him. And so she like loses her mind, just like, there's got to be justice, my mentor was killed.
Right.
And so she undergoes like serious body augmentation to like have weapons just put into her body all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And she is just a psychopath, and it's so annoying. And every time she comes on the screen, she has like the crazy eyes where the eyes get all big and the pupils are all small, and she's just screaming into the audience, like,
To the
to kill
abyss.
people and justice and everything. You're just like, oh my gosh. But then when you see her normally, she's just like, oh yeah, I'm a nice. I'm like,
I'm a
oh my
totally
god,
normal
man.
person.
So it's a lot of people die in that show. I recommend it, but there's a lot of death in that. Don't get attached to anyone.
Yeah.
'Cause I guarantee they're gonna die.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get attached.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that person's cool. Yeah, I like them. Nope. I'm sorry, they're dead. I'm not gonna even tell you who dies because everyone dies. Like, you only get like 2 guesses on who lives because there's only 2 people that live.
It's not even who you
anyway,
expect.
I know, right? I know. It's like, yeah. Anyways,
So the dog name is Hecatoncheires, also known as Koro.
Goro, yeah.
But it's just like this cute little fluffy puppy thing, and but then it's has this activated mode where it turns into a complete monster of a dog.
Yeah, a big demon dog,
Like
and
Hulk demon dog, yeah.
they augment the dog too, so that it stores her weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So the dog like bites her arm. She puts her arm out, bites her arm, and then when she pulls it out, it has a cannon on it, and she's like blows someone up, and
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, just everything about that is just creepy. I mean, the kingdom in that. Just think of like the worst kingdom in anime. It's about there. It's about right there. Just terrible stuff. And it follows an assassin group night raid who just wants to take over the country and kill all the unjust people. I mean, the show starts out them killing a whole noble family.
Mhm.
And you don't know why, but then you find out very quickly why they chose them as targets, because they're just a family of sadists who kidnap travelers. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is dark.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, those are mine. Show is the worst. Shows Tucker is the worst, but you know what? Minette doesn't the most annoying, and Saryu is the most heartbreakingly, annoyingly stupid. So
Yeah. I certainly don't appreciate annoying characters. My second was Princess Malty.
oh, she crossed my mind too.
Yeah. She just like made it such a she reminded me a lot of Umbridge. Like you just wanted to like jump in the screen and punch her in the face, you know?
Wrangler, yeah.
Yeah. She was just making life so hard unnecessarily just because she's an a-hole. It's funny that she got her nickname Beat.
Yeah, like he pardoned them and gave them. I think his name is like Trash. The king is
Yeah.
like Trash, and yeah, it's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and like nobody trusts her in the kingdom anymore. So it's kind of like nice little poetic justice there.
A little bit, but what's sad is you go into season 3. I don't know how much of that you've seen, but
None yet.
she's back, and she's the toxic girlfriend again for the heroes. So
I mean, she's still with Spear Hero guy.
for a little bit, not the entire time.
Well, in the end, like she's an attractive woman and is pretty.
She's
Cunning.
very good at manipulating people for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it works, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good close second. I can agree with that. I just remember the first time I watched Shield Hero and like he was being framed.
Mm-hmm.
My heart was just in my chest, like sunk from my chest down, just like so devastated. Just like, oh, he's such a good person, though. And then you just watch him become so miserly. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
can't handle it anymore.
yeah. He
So
just has to harden himself so much. Otherwise, you can't trust anyone. He just gets to that point where it's like I will let you be around me, but I don't trust you. Like,
yeah,
I just can't trust anybody at this point because I've just been burned so hard.
that's why everyone in his troop isn't a person who was just like a person who came up and was like, "Hey, let me join you." They were either children or hatched.
Yep.
So basically, all children.
It kind of sucks to have to think about it that way. He basically kind of
And to raise his own team.
Yeah, raise people he could trust. Yeah,
because that way you know that they're not manipulating you, because they don't have like adult like deceptive intentions at all.
Yeah, there's nothing to give them that ulterior motive.
Yeah. Which rough, Talia. Honestly, apart from the Spy Family, I want to get each figure for each or the Spy Family like set up.
Mm-hmm.
But I also really want a Naofumi Raphtalia Philo set as well.
Yep.
But I want to see if I can get a big Philo.
A big yeah. That would be really cool,
fluffy,
actually.
Fluffy Philo.
Yeah, they need if they don't have that already, I'm gonna have to look that up. Do they have like a Squishmallow version of Philo?
Yeah.
That'd be great. I would buy it immediately. But
Yeah, I think that the art in that was really well done,
100%.
and that's why I dare say that's my, and I'm gonna get so much crap for it. I don't care. That's my favorite isekai.
I don't think many people would give you crap for it, but
I doubt it, but someone's gonna be like, "Are you serious? Have you not seen
come
other
on.
ones?" It's like, yeah,
Jeez.
I've seen quite a few.
I've seen a couple.
Vending machine's a close second, but I
Yeah.
gotta give it to that. Um, but
So,
yes,
but yes. Yeah. So I think we're reaching the end here. But I do want to let you guys know next time my brother Josh is going to be joining us. Yes, I have another brother who watches anime, and we're going to bring him on. So, so looking forward to that, and join us next week for our next podcast with Daniel, myself, and Josh. Thanks.